Proverbs 15, March 15. Guys, we're reading a proverb for every day in March so that by the end of the month, we will have received all the wisdom that the Proverbs have to offer. Now, Proverbs 15, again, another couplet of Solomon, absolutely fire, talks a lot about our words again, really emphasized wisdom comes from our speech oftentimes, or rather we can show our wisdom through talking and talking less actually. So getting into it, verse 1 is amazing. A gentle answer deflects anger, but harsh words make tempers flare. Verse 2, the tongue of the wise makes knowledge appealing, but the mouth of a fool belches out foolishness. I love these two verses because when have you ever responded to anger with anger or responded to someone with a angry tone and that just only escalated the situation? That happens all the time. Every single time that we respond angrily, the situations escalate and it always ends into outbursts of anger. It always ends with us feeling empty and upset and just sad and condemned about how the conversation went or how this encounter went. But rather, this proverb right here is telling us that a gentle answer deflects anger. A gentle answer deflects anger. Like imagine trying to get in a conversation or in a fight with someone you were whispering the whole time. You respond to someone and saying, hey bro, like I don't like how you did that, instead of being like, hey bro, like I don't like how you did that. Man, the way that you speak, the tone, your inflection has a lot of weight of the emphasis and how you're portraying the message, because it says harsh words make tempers flare. The harsher you are, the bitter you are, the tougher you are, the harder that you are, the harsher your words are going to be and the tempers are going to flare. And the tongue of the wise makes knowledge appealing. Man, staying calm and collected in the heat of moments is what can be so appealing to people. Now imagine that someone is chewing you out and you respond with the love, but you respond very cool and collected and say, bro, like whatever the conflict is, you respond with love and it just doesn't affect you. Man, people are just hoping that you'll take the bait, you'll take the trigger, and you'll be upset and you respond with anger and you'll respond in an outburst, you respond with harsh words making these tempers flare. And man, when you do the opposite, when you do what they're not expecting, man, they see you and they're like, wait, whoa, why is this person not responding angrily? Why are they so cool and collected when they're supposed to be on paper so upset right now? That will have such an impact on people, and that is what will make knowledge appealing. And we can see this at responding to those who are the mockers that are constantly attacking Christians. Man, if we respond cool and collected and just stay so rooted and speak with the authority that Jesus has given us, man, if we can stay calm and collected and be so rooted in the idea of the certainty of who Jesus is, man, that is what makes him so appealing, because we are so confident in our ways with Jesus, through Jesus, for Jesus, that we can be so calm and collected and smooth with our talk, making knowledge so much more appealing. It's so beautiful. And then again, verse 7 says, the lips of the wise give good advice. The heart of a fool has none to give. Again, talking exactly there, man. Our lips of the wise, man, you're going to give good advice. But again, I don't want to reiterate what I just talked about. Talks about a temper. Verse 18, a hot-tempered person starts fights. A cool-tempered person stops them. Again, harsh words, harsh tones, getting mad, getting angry, retaliating with bitterness and outbursts will lead to anger and make tempers flare. Man, a hot-tempered person, they're going to start the fight. They're going to continue the fight. They're going to elevate the fight. But a cool-tempered person stops them. That is what Jesus calls us to do. And that is so true. If you've ever been in a fight and you are the cool, collected, tempered person, you stop the fight oftentimes, pretty much every single time. That's what happens so much, and it's so cool. Man, and verse 22, it says, plans go wrong for lack of advice. Many advisors bring success. This is talking to the person who's so tunnel vision, man. If you're tunnel vision, if you're so stuck in your ways and saying, no, this is what I believe, this is how I'm doing it, this is everything that I'm going to do, and I don't care, I'm not going to listen to any advisor, I'm not going to listen to any advice, this is it. Man, that's so foolish. Plans are going to go wrong when you're so tunnel vision, because we're not born perfect. We're not born knowing everything. We need people to pour into our lives. We need advisors to teach us. That's why the Proverbs have emphasized wisdom so much, and being disciplined and able to learn, to take corrective action from people. Yeah, oftentimes it doesn't feel good being corrected, but we need to be corrected so that we can build our discipline and build our wisdom and be able to go forward so that our plans don't go wrong, but rather they'll go right because of God, because of Jesus who's pouring in us and through us. That is what happens. And these advisors will bring success. I love that so much. And then again, verse 31, boom, exactly what it's saying. Again, if you listen to constructive criticism, you will be at home among the wise. You need people pouring into you. You need the wise pouring into you. Because if you're listening to the wise, you will become wise. But if the foolish are pouring into you, you're going to become like the foolish. Again, there are so many principles that connect in the Proverbs of how you're like the people that you're surrounded by. Walk with the wise, be wise. Walk with the fool, be with the foolish. Right here again, if you are you're at home with the wise when you accept their constructive criticism, because they're going to come to you with this proper criticism that is going to rebuke the sin in your life and uplift you and get you closer to the Lord. That's why community is so important in the Christian circle. It's so good. Man, following Jesus, he calls us to be in discipleship with others, be in communion with those around us, because we can grow and have the Holy Spirit work in us and through us. Man, oftentimes you ask for a miracle. Oftentimes you ask for God to encounter you. It is through other people. God uses people, uses the Holy Spirit and those people to pour into you and to show up in your life. So it's not always going to be a big vision that you have. It's not going to be a dream always. It's not going to be Jesus showing up to you in your room or in the woods. It's going to be Jesus showing up to you through other people. That is how we can work. And we need to see that. We need to open our eyes to that. That is something I need to understand and have been learning over the last few days. And it's so good. Verse 32, if you reject discipline, you only harm yourself. But if you listen to correction, you grow in understanding. Once again, shocker, the Proverbs emphasize this so much. You need discipline. You need discipline to grow. You're only going to harm yourself if you reject discipline. We are not made perfect. We need to grow. Experience and time is a beautiful thing. We need urgency in the Lord and knowing that he's going to come back any second now. But we need to discipline ourselves to learn and correct and become corrected through our corrective action towards God. In verse 33, fear of the Lord teaches wisdom. Humility precedes honor. Once again, we understand fear of the Lord is the foundation of wisdom. Fear of the Lord is not being scared and trembling. I need to continue to emphasize this. Fearing the Lord is having reverence and honor, and just understanding God is so awe-inspiring. And that it will teach wisdom. And humility, humbling yourself, ultimately will get you to that point of understanding of how beautiful God is and being able to truly honor him. That is why humility precedes honor. I love you guys so much. That's Proverbs 15. I will see you tomorrow for Proverbs 16. Hey.